Hello and welcome to MCC TV International Show. My name is John Dabeet. I'm the Business Department Coordinator and the Economics and Statistics Instructor. And I also host this show. I started this show almost a year ago, and through this year, we hosted many of our international students from different countries. And the purpose of that show, as I mentioned before, is to bring our international students here and introduce them to our community. This year, we are trying to improve the show drastically. And we did too many things that we didn't have or we weren't able to do last year. I asked our producers and our director, Chad Bishop, to come on that show also and to talk to you a little bit about most of these changes that we did this year versus last year. So Chad, welcome to the show, and if you can give our audience, some information about, the new sets that we are doing here this year and the change from last year to this year, please.
Yeah, well, we've got some new equipment that we're using. We bought a digital graphics editing suite. It's called a TriCaster, and it allows us to broadcast live to the internet, to presentations, and specifically we're excited to be able to do virtual sets, and we built a nice virtual set that you're able to use with the globe and the world in the background. We've been having fun with using that green screen technology for almost all of our shows. And we're also able to roll pictures in and video live as we're actually recording the shows, as opposed to in the past, I either had to not have anything or edit the show later on in post-production, which added a whole bunch of time to the process. So that's kind of exciting. And then we also have new microphone technology that allows everybody to be on a more even sound, and it eliminates some of the room noise. So little subtle things you might not even notice are happening behind the scenes to make the shows and productions here at MCC and for the Channel 9 and MPW Digital TV just that much more watchable and viewer-friendly and professional looking.
Thank you. I really, and because, lately when I go to any place, people look at me and say, they always are giving me a positive feedbacks about the show this year and all, the new settings and the change from last year to this year. So many thanks for doing all this hard work and good job, and hopefully we'll continue to improve this show more and more as we continue to film more and more episodes. Anyway, thanks a lot, Chad. With me today is a different international student from also a different country as from before, show. With me, a student from Indonesia. Her name is Elita Lubis. I would like to welcome you, Elita, to our show today. We would like to talk to you about your country, your culture, your heritage, and what you do here in Muscatine specifically at MCC. So welcome to the show, Elita.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad to host you today in my show. Well, I would like to start by asking you a simple question. Mm-hmm. What did you do in Indonesia?
What did I do in Indonesia? Actually, I graduated my high school last year. So if you ask me the question, what did I do in Indonesia? So I did school. I studied at vocational high school before in Indonesia, and my major in my previous vocational high school is information technology.
Okay, that's good. So you know how to use computers, and you use computers all the time, right? That's
yes.
Good. So in case if I need something or some help, you might help, right?
Okay.
Okay. So how did you spend your day there in your native country? I mean, besides studying, what else did you do during the day?
Oh, spending my time with my family, and then with my friends, hanging out with friends, and then watching movies sometimes. And then also I like to read, so reading in the public library at my country, and then it's like spending my day with my family, my friends, and then my school.
Okay.
Like
and what kind of books do you usually read?
Oh, actually a lot of kind of books, but the most I like is like adventure books, like Harry Potter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Harry
Wow,
Potter.
wow. And I notice your English is really very good. So
Really?
can you tell me more about that? Like, like do they teach you English in school there? When do you start learning the language versus your native language and so on?
Well, actually, I learned English when I was at junior high school when I was 12 years old, and then English is not like studying English in Indonesia is not like we practice it. It's like about grammar and then to learn about tenses, simple present tense, and it's not like practice. So this is my first time speaking in English, and then this is my first time to practice my English
Well,
in a whole time of my life.
Yeah, you are doing very well.
Thank you.
Well, I would like to ask you to give us some idea about, some of the traditions and the cultural things that you do there in Indonesia that is different than, for example, here in the United States. Can you give us an example or two about, some of those traditions that are different than here?
Okay, for example, in the wedding party in my country, wedding is not like party, but it's more like tradition. The bride and bridegroom, it's like they wear the traditional clothes, and then it's like yeah, it's totally different with United States because I saw the movie about a wedding in United States. It's like dancing. That's a lot of kind of. But in Indonesia, it's like the wedding party is about doing tradition like praying and then like wear the traditional clothes and like that. And the second tradition, I think. What is that?
Do you like celebrate certain feasts, certain occasions? I mean, do you have any, like, for example, certain things that, for example, if I go back to wedding, I mean, like, is it more like a traditional weddings in a sense that, parents get together and try to arrange the marriage, or is it like, like they know each other and they do, just decide like, okay, well, it's time to get married. I mean, what's more popular there?
What's more popular? It's like, doing tradition, for example. Yeah, parents should know each other, and then it's like the gathering of family from two breed.
Okay, so it's more arranged.
Yeah, more arranged
Marriages.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of people there.
Okay. And how about, I know, I mean, sometimes, I see programs about Indonesia. It's a beautiful country, really. I mean, a lot of things to see, a lot of things, I think, to watch. I've never been to the country, which one day I'm hoping that, I would be able to visit.
You should come.
Yeah, I'm sure I will enjoy, my time there. In a little bit, we're going to start looking into some pictures from Indonesia, and Elita going to help us explaining each picture and what do we see on the screen as we go from picture to pictures. So with that, Elita, I would like to ask you to tell us more about your country.
Okay.
For example, where is it located? The population, borders, traditions, and as we are talking about things like that, we're going to start seeing some pictures on the screen too. And I would like to ask you to start explaining what we see when we see those pictures on the screen. So tell us more about Indonesia, please.
Okay.
Where it is located?
Oh, this is the map of Indonesia. Actually, Indonesia is the biggest archipelago country in the world. We have like 15,000 islands. And then the biggest islands are Sumatra, and then Java, Kalimantan, Sulawesi, and Papua.
Okay.
So we have, this is Bali. This is the beautiful island. This is also Bali. the view of Kuta Beach.
This is, I mean, I'm looking at the water there, and the ocean is beautiful. I mean, it's very clean and very
Yeah.
clear. I mean, is it, well, how is the weather there? I mean, is it nice? I mean, is it cold?
No, it's like a tropical island.
A tropical
it's like
island.
Hawaii.
So you have great weather too, that means
Yeah,
there.
of
so
course
that's
we
why
have.
it's a great maybe destination for tourists.
Yeah, and then in Bali, actually in Bali, you will find more tourism than more tourists than the local residents.
Okay. Yeah. So as we go with more pictures, now we're going to learn more about Indonesia. So now what are we looking at here?
This is Bromo Mountain, and this is also the popular tourism destination in my country. And yeah, it's very. Oh, this is Bunaken. Bunaken is the sea park at Sulawesi, and they have a lot of. Okay, this is the diversity, the symbol of diversity.
Is this the traditional dress?
Yes, we have.
And I see different dresses here. I mean, can you explain the difference between those different dresses?
Yeah, in Indonesia we have a lot of cultures and then a lot of languages. We speak about 215 languages.
215?
215 or more.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
in the same country?
In the same country. That's why English is kind of hard for us.
Well, how many languages do you speak, that means?
Okay, I think 10.
10
I can
languages?
speak 10 native languages of Indonesia.
And it's okay? I mean,
And
you
it's
don't
very
get confused in between, all these languages?
Because I learned from since I was a kid, so it's like, for example, we have province. Province is like state, so every province has a different language.
Wow.
And
wow.
it's not like Spain, it's not like Dutch, it's not like English, it's not Malay, it's totally different.
It's different language.
Yeah,
okay,
different.
well, and for that reason, if that picture represents more like the different
Diversity,
cultures
yeah.
and the diversity within Indonesia as a
Indonesia.
country.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
well, as we go with more pictures, hopefully you will give us more and more information.
Okay,
Wow,
wow.
I see food now, right?
Yeah, this is food.
Okay, can you
Okay.
give us an idea about what we see here? I mean, can you describe this kind of food for us, please?
A lot of kinds of food you will find in Indonesia, and then that's the food from bottom side is like it's satay.
Okay.
It's satay, and then rujak, sate, ikan bakar. That's
And
a
I
lot of
bet
food.
it tastes very good,
Yeah,
right?
it tastes very good, and then
Do you
it's
cook that
spicy.
kind of food here?
No, that's the reason.
It's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough to cook.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
miss Indonesian food so much because
Is it tough to cook, or you don't have the ingredients for it?
I don't have ingredients
You
here.
don't have the ingredients. You cannot
because-
find them here.
Yeah, because basically in Indonesia, all the food has a lot of ingredients,
Okay.
and it's spicy.
Okay.